Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Sports Jazz. My name is Isaac, and it's always an honor being here. Today, it's a full panel. It's a full squad. We have the lost man, guitar back in the building. We have Josh, as always, with us. And let's kick it off, guys. Breaking news right now. We have the lost man, guitar back. Just a minute. Guys, someone has a feedback. Rather, someone is having, someone has feedback.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Guys, kicking it off. Arsenal. Sorry, I'm just checking. News coming in right now is Arsenal and Bologna have reached an agreement for Ricardo Calafiori. Arsenal has been slow in the news in the current, I would say, in the current transfer season, transfer updates and everything. They've been so slow. Fans have been whining, crying, complaining about Edu on internet, social media. But guess what? They should be smiling right now. Yes, it has a please come in.
Wow, what a signing. What a way to kick off your first signing of the transfer window. Like I had told you before, this is a player that I would rather have played for United, but you can't have them all. He's a really good signing for Arsenal. Ricardo Calafiori, they had not agreed terms, and there was a bit of here and there with Bologna, but he was always going to go to Arsenal. The player wanted to go to Arsenal. He wanted the move, and he was just hoping that they iron out the issues so he can play for his side. Now, as an Arsenal player, I had told you that Arsenal will have bought themselves 4-3 with the addition of Ricardo Calafiori. They will have bought themselves an extra footballer in their back four. So they will have three proper footballers, three players who are very good on the ball. That is in Saliba, Ricardo Calafiori, and Jurien Timber. The partnership with Magalhaes is not bad. Saliba's partnership with Magalhaes is very sound. It was one of the best last season, and they keep up like that. They will still have a very formidable back four.
Well, that's just for you. It has. Sorry, Gita, you have something to add on?
Yeah, it has taken a while, but they have finally agreed. I believe 40 million euros a fee to be paid immediately, and then about 5 million in add-ons plus a sell-on clause. I think the player himself has forced the transfer. He really admired Arsenal. What Josh Ebley talked about him, but what perhaps he left out is he can actually play as a centre back, although he's also good on the left side of the defense. So, as Josh has said, he's good on the ball, and given that they had, I remember when they had issues of Timber and all that happening, is that this is a good add-on in the defense. However, I am a bit concerned with the lackadaisical way Arsenal is doing its transfers this season, because this is a deal that started around the time Manchester United had, I think the rumors of Joshua Zirkzee had started, and perhaps the intensive rumors of Len Euro. And at around that time, it was known that there was interest by Arsenal. So it's you know, any Arsenal fan would be yes, of course there would be ecstatic with the agreement, but they would be a little concerned that Arsenal doesn't seem to be the asserting itself in this transfer market, especially considering there are areas, especially like the striking, that need reinforcement, or at least to show zeal that Manchester United, we call it a sleeping lion, has awakened in the recent transfer market.
I mean, you see, I would beg to differ on Arsenal's slow start to the transfer window. This business is a bit difficult to do, and the player, having participated in the Euro for Italy, had a time off before returning to Bologna. And you see, as soon as he returned to Bologna, he directly talked to his bosses and asked them to find a solution so he could join his preferred destination, Arsenal. You see, when you're building, when you start the foundation, you have a lot of material on your side. But as soon as you progress and you're about to complete your house, you start to bring things that are for finishing the house, which are very little. So Arsenal right now, it has a formidable squad, and they do not have to do much in the window. They just have to get the right players. And Riccardo Calafiori at the back is the right player for them. Yes, he can play left-sided. He can play as a left-sided centre back. I would prefer him to play as a left-sided centre back, but the way the partnership has gone for Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba, I don't see a reason why you disrupt that. So you leave him to play at left back, and you slowly maybe hope that he can make the spot his own at left back. And he's a very good footballer. His attributes: he's comfortable on the ball. He can ghost out of situations. He is able to play actually in midfield, the role that Zinchenko used to play. You remember in the Euros, he actually even assisted a goal from running, from making a deep run and into the box, and he passed the ball to give Italy a lifeline in the tournament. But United has to buy everyone because ours is an open heart surgery, and theirs is just picking the right players and finishing the jigsaw.
Yeah,
you wanted to add on something?
Yeah, I need to make a rebuttal. Well, George says that when you're building, you bring a lot of materials. The difference between building and the transfer market is that what you're going to build, you need to first go out there and buy the materials. You can't bring sand and then you think you will build without maybe cement or bricks. What I'm trying to say in this is that while the player had already agreed, on like not really personal terms, the player had already agreed on the move to go to Arsenal. In fact, he had wanted the move. So that itself is a get-go where the club should be going after the player. But that's not my issue. My issue is when you look at Manchester United, in the previous transfer windows, they have been slow. This is how they would do a transfer. They would go for a player for almost a whole season. You remember last season how they chased De Jong for the whole season, ending up De Jong of Barcelona.
Yeah. De Jong.
Yes, yes. De Jong, you told me to use the English pronunciations for some of our viewers, but so chasing him for a whole season and not getting him. Arsenal still needs a striker, in my opinion. You can't be relying on Edin Ketia and Jesus for if you really want to compete at high level. And given the news of Chido Obi-Martin, a young striker coming up from the academies, not wanting to sign for them, I know we'll go into details there, and thinking of looking elsewhere. This for me would have been Arsenal's time to go for some, go for as many as 2 or 3 players, and bring them to your squad. There was Ivan Toney for the taking. He really showed interest, and I think they have pulled out. My point here is, when you see the likes of, if you want to compete on the level like Manchester City, where they will have 2 or 3 players playing the same position, you talked of Neves, you talked of they are bringing in Savio, where there's Jack Grealish. You still have Phil Foden, you still have Jeremy Ndoku. So this shows that you want to be a big club, and if you really want to be a big club, you have to play with the big boys. You have to show muscle. You literally have to pull muscle. You show them that this is what we intend to do. Bring in players that you will perhaps even use next season or midway the season, and you bring them immediately. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's all Arsenal fans about Ricardo Calafiori. I know they are very, very much excited because their transfer process, their whole situation has not been so good. They've been complaining a lot. And still on Arsenal, I see there's a kid, Chido Obi-Martin, likely, his news coming in is he's likely to leave Arsenal. I don't know, even after he was offered an improved contract, but it seems he doesn't want to stay. He wants to move on. And one of the teams interested is Manchester United. I don't know how Arsenal fans are going to take this, because I know they don't like that at all. Josh, what do you think about the kid?
What a wonderful player! What a wonderful talent! I mean, this kid, when he broke onto the scene, it was because of his goals. He has already, at 16 years old, he was already likened to the likes of Erling Haaland. This kid scored 7 goals in a game against Liverpool. In a game they won 9-0. His stock is really high. He has a high ceiling, and I hope that Man United can get him. But I don't see how United gets that deal over the line if the player is leaving Arsenal and he's looking for game time. And at United, you've just signed Zakzi. You have Rasmus Højlund at the front. Yes, I know you might need another striker, but would he want to be a beat part player? I think by demanding to leave Arsenal is seeking regular game time. So he would prefer to either go to a championship team that is going to give him game time or a mid-table Premier League team.
Well, maybe he would come to United. After all, if you see Ten Hag is giving a lot of kids chances. You see Mino, Kobe Mino. Sorry? Yeah, Gita, please carry on. Gita? Hi, guys. It seems Gita is having a problem with these connections. Okay, you're back.
Yes, I was saying, yeah, it's a two-way thing. I think sometimes agents use certain clubs, especially like the likes of Manchester United, to prop, their players, to put their players onto the scene. Every transfer window, you will always hear players being linked to Manchester United, but it seems there could be an interest. He's like Josh said, he's quite tall for a young kid. He's 6'2", in terms of feet, or 1.88 meters. I'm a little concerned that even with the offer, and it was a really, really good offer from Arsenal, the kid did not really consider that, because when you're 16 years old, when they are telling you to play for one of the, even just any English, any club, that is competing in the English Premier League or even the La Liga, you would want to be part of that team. At this point, you're not selecting your future club, but that's an issue for concern. But I think like Josh, maybe Manchester United is going with a two-striker approach or formation in their next in their next season. I have not seen much in preseason. Perhaps today's watch along later today with Rangers, we'll see what kind of system Ten Hag wants to bring, because with the signing of young players like Haaland and Zexi, and if you're to bring in Obi-Martin, Chido, I don't know how he's going to play that. Maybe he wants to have two strikers, play a 4-4-2, kind of a 4-4-2. We will wait and see. But on a whole, the kid is promising. I wouldn't yet want to rank him as, I don't want to compare him yet with Haaland, but he's quite promising. I'm just a little concerned that he would not want to sign for Arsenal Football Club because it is a really big club.
Well, that's it for today, guys, about Arsenal. If we have any other news, we shall be coming through very soon. And yeah, shout outs to Peace, who's always listening. She says she likes, let me put up the comment back again. Josh, why is I
Yes,
find your
sir.
lives
Thank you.
amazing, guys. It's rekindling and liking for sports, and my rekindling my liking for sports, soccer in particular. Thank you so much, Peace. Well, moving on now. We let's say to the subject that recently majority have been tuning into, and that is Manchester United, guys. It seems we have a lot of Manchester United and Arsenal fans, but please, I'd rather subscribers. But it's sports just so we expect even Leeds United, those from Preston
Yeah,
North
it seems
End.
we are
We
having
like you so much. Those from Preston North End, please. You did a great job. Anyway, guys. Well, news coming in today morning is Manchester United is interested in Martin Zubimendi, Spanish international, and played also in the World Cup. Sorry, not World Cup, Euro 2024 finals, coming on for Rodri after Rodri picked up a knock. Yes, Josh, tell me something about Martin. Is he going to be a great add-on if United get him, and what does this mean for the deal for Martin Ugarte? Because it looks like if we get him, or rather, if United get Martin, then Ugarte is out of the picture. Same like it is right now with Leny Yoro coming in, and the whole rumor. I know some links are still there, but it looks like Delight's situation, Delight's move to United is in jeopardy. Tell me about Martin Zubimendi.
Wow. That was very welcome news to have any interest in Martin Zubimendi Ibanez.
Yeah.
Because Manuel Ugarte is a totally different player from Zubimendi. And you see that for all the work that Ineos has done, if we can manage to get a player as good as Zubimendi, that speaks volumes to the style of play that the manager has, the conversations they've had with the manager on how they want to play. Manuel Ugarte, in comparison, if I'm to compare Manuel Ugarte with Martin Zubimendi, in short, I can tell you one is Roy Keane and the other is Sergio Busquets. Talking about Martin Zubimendi, Manuel Ugarte is a destroyer. He breaks up play. He's not comfortable on the ball. He has limitations on technical ability. But Martin Zubimendi is a diminutive player. His versatile play draws comparisons to renowned players like Sergio Busquets. He exudes a composure and control of a game and guides plays and has the ability to dictate the tempo of the game. He initiates play from deep positions with ease. His ball retention is really good in tight spaces. Yes, it mirrors the qualities of players, say like Xabi Alonso, the ones we had at the time, but on David Silva maybe. So he's
sorry to interject. I like Martin Zubimendi. He is like Josh has said, he's totally different player from Ugarte, and I'm trying to understand the direction Manchester United is trying to take. Zubimendi is not so good with tackles, in my opinion. His percentile is
he's a safe player.
He's a safe player. It's not so good with tackles, even the aerial balls. I think for me, he's more of an understudy of Rodri. He is more calm, composed, like Josh says. He's better on the ball than Ugarte. That is for sure. And he dictates the play, though he's not so. While he has elements of Busquets, his kind of play is forward-looking. So I can understand the signing of both players. I don't know if such two big players would easily come and one wants to be on the bench waiting for the other. That is my issue.
No, the problem with that is we do not have the check to get those two players. But even if we did, the styles are different. The manager must know what he wants to do with his team to either pick Zubimendi or Manuel Ugarte. If you pick Manuel Ugarte, is you still expect a player with legs who will be able to break up play here and there and make a good pass. His distribution is not bad. Yes, Fungua Barabara, and you allow players like Kobe Mainu and Bruno Fernandes to flourish. However, the same could be said of Zubimendi. It is just that we were caught up in times of hard tacklers in the middle of the park that we think every team needs a defensive midfielder who is going to be flying in tackles and stuff like that. But as Spanish teams and Guardiola has showed you before, you don't really need a flying tackler in the middle of the park to play. You can have a safe player like Zubimendi who retains the ball and allows your team on the ball at all.
Just a minute.
Josh.
Gita, in a quick one, because we have to move on. Time is going. In a quick one. Gita, who would you pick up? Zubimendi or Ugarte?
Zubimendi has been playing in Real Sociedad that kind of defensive role like Josh is trying to dismiss. But I agree with Josh. When you're playing possessive football, you're possessing the ball. You may not really need those rough, players, your N'Golo Kante, your Claudio Makelele. But considering the way United were last season, if you're going to replace the likes of Casemiro, you need someone. If you really want to shield the back line, I would say you would need an Ugarte. He's not going to be good with the ball. He's not good in progressive football, but he's going to do the cleanup. The dirty
you need
work
someone dirty to
shield the backfight. So for me, it would be I would choose Ugarte, considering the kind of formation or the team that United have. All their players are attack-minded. You would need Ugarte to draw back. So for me, I would choose Ugarte. But comparing the two, it's a bit considering that they are two totally different players. It's not fair to compare the two, in my opinion. I'm not good. I don't like his percentile, his tackles and all that. So I would go with Ugarte.
Josh, in 30 seconds, time is behind. In 30 seconds, who would you pick? The dirty player or the safe one?
Martin Zubimendi, only because Erik ten Hag is my manager, and I know with the signing of Lenny Yoro, we shall play that ball from the back. Onana shall play that ball to Lenny Yoro, to Lisandro Martinez. We need someone who is comfortable to come and receive the ball. If you ask Mainu to come and receive the ball all the time, then you've left Ugarte in a position that is not really his. I know players can adapt, good players can adapt, and they can learn a system and how to play. But with Martin Zubimendi, there's not much to do. There's not much to learn.
Okay, and okay. Sorry, Josh. Moving on real quick. I see, right now, Rabiot is a free agent. Why are you looking down? I haven't even finished what I'm going to say. Okay, I'll just put it out. He's earlier on. News coming in is he prefers a move to United over any other team. Please give me your take before Josh comes in.
Let me
before Josh comes in. Yes, Gita.
Yeah, Rabiot is. I know Josh is not a fan, and I would agree to. First and foremost, he's a free signing, so. When you bring him, it's not really a huge cost on your side, and but and you know, you have more midfielders, you have more defensive midfielders you can use. But on the flip side, where I could agree with Josh, you still have Sofiane Amrabat, who I know he was on a loan to Manchester United, and they are yet to decide. And then you're thinking of bringing in you're thinking of bringing in Manuel Ugarte. I don't see where Rabiot fits into this kind of play. If Rabiot would have been a good understudy to Casemiro last season, you know, he would have been a better, you know, a time when Casemiro's form had dropped, he would have been a better. And if you saw how when he played in the Euros, Kamavinga was way better, or even rather, Tchouameni would have been a better fit than him. So I really don't see what new thing is going to add to Manchester United. So on this one, I'm going to agree with Josh. If you don't sign Manuel Ugarte and maybe Zubimendi, then maybe you can get him on a free and think of the January transfer.
Okay, well, that's it. Josh, I haven't. Sorry, I'd skipped you. I'm sorry, Josh. I apologize. Please.
No worries, no worries. But my 2 cents is I'm glad the news flash reads Adrien Rabiot prefers the move to Manchester United over Liverpool. It has nothing to do with United. And in the past, maybe Ed Woodward would have been twisted and turned by such a news flash, but Ineos is deliberate in their works, and for all the good works they've done so far, signing Adrien Rabiot will be will be undoing everything that they have done, because I mean, he's neither good at this nor that. As in Adrien Rabiot, okay, you're saying he comes on a free. He comes on a free.
Darren Fletcher.
No, Darren Fletcher was good at something.
No.
He's like a Darren Fletcher.
No. Darren Fletcher was good at
you had such players. You had O'Shea.
We never had a player. Even John O'Shea was good at something. No, we knew what John O'Shea was good at. He was a utility player, and we used to send him on missions in every game.
Rabiot has just lost his legs, but he was good at running.
When did he have them?
It's Manchester United.
I do not like his football brain. He doesn't have enough to actually compete.
Okay, yeah, guys, let's move
on. You'd rather sign Sofiane Amrabat for 20 million euros on a permanent deal.
Yeah, that I also agree.
Yeah, and give him a contract of 2 seasons, because he's not even going to ask you for 350,000 per week. Adrien Rabiot and his agent.
By the way, you remember last season? Was it last season?
300,000 a week. Yes, and he's 30 plus.
I know that is true. That's why I also agree. I agree with letting or offloading Casemiro. Not that he's not a good player. I like him, but his wages are too high. If he's being loaded off and United is going to get Ugarte, I think it will be a great add-on. Because that's if also you're keeping McTominay. I'm not saying it's very, very good, but sometimes McTominay gets you goals. He gets you goals in the box. Yeah,
he's a good squad player. If only McTominay could accept. Actually, he already accepted. But if only United could find a solution for Casemiro, because that is going to be very difficult to get rid of Casemiro, because he's on very high wages. To find a team that can do that. But what I've seen Ineos is willing to do is they can even loan out Casemiro just to pay half his salary, and then get in someone new. All like they did with Donny van der Beek. We bought van der Beek for a lot of money, but agreed to sell the player for just 500,000
and take off the wages.
Yeah.
Guitar,
we
real
cut
quick,
our losses and moved him on.
Guitar, real quick. I did ask this Josh yesterday. Please, real quick. Do you think Ineos is shaping United? Are they bringing back the old United? I only need you to respond. Josh yesterday gave extreme flowers to Jim and his
I watched the Josh's clip. I know you Manchester United fans love to really talk about Manchester United structure, but I agree with Josh. Compared to the Manchester United before, there was no really structure. that United could rely on. You could see you could see a team that's well managed or well coached from the flooding stadiums and all that. So I think what Ineos has done is, one, bring back, first of all, reduce the pressure from the fans onto the Glazers. Yes, the noise is still there, but it seems to have toned down. There seems to be a belief in by the fans in in the squad, in the transfers. Last season, even the season before that, when Manchester United brought in so many players, they brought in Eriksen, they brought in Casemiro, they brought in Valencia, and rather, yes, they brought in a number of players. You still feel that the fans were not yet having this belief even in the transfers. Now, with the structure that Ineos have brought, you could still see that there is indeed, some sort of like a direction that the club is taking, and they are very purposeful. You can see with three signings, you could say three signings on the go. That shows you that they are good. Although, I think Josh mentioned this, the structure for me seems to be bureaucratic. There seems to be so many people up there to answer to. So maybe if that is sorted out, the bureaucracy is done with, with the transfer news, it seems that it's sorted. Yeah, they are there. They are not yet there, but they are going. We need to see that in trophies.
Let's move on real quick because I see Josh wants to
Isaac,
chip
I
in,
can't
but
sneak in a
Josh,
what?
please, he did yours yesterday. Let's go right
Okay, we
into
move on.
Liverpool. Let's go into Liverpool news right now. Liverpool, just like Arsenal fans, their fans have also been complaining. They've been whining, crying. Uh, they're seeing no activity at all. They have a new manager. Everything is different. And Anslot, uh, in other words, there is no activity at all. Although today, I saw there was news of Liverpool lining up for Takefusa Kubo, rather Kuba. Sorry, it's Kubo. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Who's a former Real Madrid player and now currently playing for Real Sociedad.
Real Sociedad, yeah.
Yeah, they are lining up for him. Do you think he would really make a good? He would be a good addition? Because I think they have a lot of players in that field, forwards, people going on the. They have the win. How many? They have the win. They have Salah.
Luis
They have
Diaz.
Jota. They have yeah. They have
Luis Diaz.
Diaz. They have very
Diaz.
many players.
I think he plays on the wing. Sorry,
But
Josh comes in.
as we've seen before, mostly Takefuse Kubo, much as he can play on either wing, he flourishes on the right wing,
Yeah.
which is where Salah plays. I mean, you're not going to displace Salah, but he can still add something to that Liverpool squad, that
I
Liverpool
don't,
forward line. I think it
Josh.
is yes.
Sorry, I don't think Salah is really going to be the Salah. The other Salah that
Yeah, but even if he's
Mm,
not, he's now going to almost be the captain without the armband. Oh, he has always been the captain
mm,
without the armband at Liverpool, and he's a senior player at the club. He's spent years at the club, and I see if they did manage to get Takefusa Kubo, he'll play. He will have to replace Luis Diaz because they're not buying him to sit on the bench. And as you've seen the whole season, Luis Diaz was really injury prone. He missed most of the season through injury, and the Liverpool, the squad is not good. The squad is not good without reinforcements. But to be fair to Anslot and maybe Edu, Arsenal, and team is the transfer window is still on. I mean, it's just that United did their business pretty early, and they showed
mm,
a seriousness that they never did. So we were caught off guard. Now, since we were caught off guard, we the other fans started to see that nothing is happening for my side. Actually, the all fans were caught off guard, but the window is still on. they're still looking for the right players for the right positions, and they know that Ancelotti is a very good manager who is deliberate in the things they do. He's Dutch, so that shows the football brain that he has. Liverpool, if they manage to sign Kafusa Kubo, he will be a great addition to their front line.
Yes, Guitar, real quick, please, in 60 seconds.
Come on, that's not so fair. I think, Liverpool. I think maybe first the fans are jittery because Manchester United seems to have. They are comparing themselves to Manchester United that seems to have hit the pedal into this transfer market. But they need to understand that Manchester United is not where other clubs are in terms of what they need. Manchester United seems to be rebuilding. That said, I would want to agree with the loss of Joel Matip. With the loss of course, it has been years since they lost money. There's always need for reinforcement. That's the
and I don't think they have a replacement yet.
They have been doing.
They do.
No, not for Matip, for money.
Oh, Luis Diaz had a good season at the start before he got injured and spent most of the season.
There's level to these things. He's not yet.
The Colombian is such a decent player.
He's a decent. Thank you. He's a decent player, but he's not really to that. Yes, Guitars.
Yes, I think Diaz is actually a very, very good player. It's that they, with the bringing of Cody Gakpo and then they haven't really ticked. As everyone expected them to have that free flowing football, but like Josh says, Kubo may be replaced, maybe an understudy of Diaz, but. What I would want to say is that I would want to see the Liverpool the Liverpool that took the Premier League and the Champions League. They were bringing in players. Yes, they have brought in Elliott as a young player. They're bringing in so many other players. But this is the Liverpool that had 2 or 3 good players within the same position. However, speaking of the Japanese wing player, Takefusa Kobo, I wanted to just hint on a player that another team that missed out, team that missed out on a Japanese player, Ito, the left back. I think Manchester United should have looked at that. That left back is good at playing as left back and also center half, but on the left hand side. But Bayern swooped in and got him. When you look at his numbers, the kind of play your Eric Ten Hag likes, and especially with the likes of Luke Shaw and Malaysia not being so fit, or I don't see them playing the whole season next season, that would have been a player. So if you're talking of players missed, I would think Manchester United lost out on Ito. But yeah, Liverpool for me, they just comparing themselves with Manchester United in terms of transfer, market, then they would feel like they are left behind. But on the whole, they are not doing so badly.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, guys, again, real quick, please, guys, let's just use 30 seconds for this. Liverpool lost their first pre-season game, just like to Preston North End. Of course, just like United did lose to Rosberg. I know, to Rosberg. So, what do you think about that, guys? Real quick. I mean, are people already judging the new manager? To me, I wouldn't really judge him. He's still new, and not every player is still back. Players are still in. Hold up, guys. Players are still in vacation. Remember, they have players that have played in the Copa America, so they're still resting. They have players that have also played well in the Euro 2020. You think it's too early to judge him?
Yeah,
yes, sure. It is too early to judge him. If you look at it, it was a closed door. It was a behind closed doors friendly, more like of an extended training session. It had 25 players involved. Yes, Salah and Javi Elliott and a few of them, Kwanzaa, got minutes here and there, but there's not much to write home about. They just wanted some minutes in their legs.
Okay,
I
yes.
think, I think,
Yeah.
you
Gita,
know,
please carry on.
preseason is just preseason. It's not something that you should let you worry you or get you carried away. Last season, Manchester United arguably had the best preseason in America.
Correct.
Not
they
last season, the season before.
Ah, really?
Sorry, if the season
But I
before,
think
yeah,
even this season,
even last
this
season when
the
Oh
last
yeah,
preseason also
It
wasn't
was
bad.
relatively okay.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
relatively okay.
They had a good season. That's the season when we saw the preseason is
Kobe
mostly for
Mino.
me, yes, for young players where you see
We
young
lost 2
players
games,
come out.
played 4. So
But you see, when you played Arsenal that time, when
Arsenal.
you played Madrid, this is the time you see young players come out. This is an opportunity for young players to flourish, and for the coach to see what kind of how to move the players around. I know so many people are always anxious to see new signings play in the preseason so that they see what is to come. But if you go for, based on preseason, you saw Manchester United didn't do very well last season, even when they had a better preseason than other clubs. So for me, preseason is not so much something that should worry you. Neither is it something that you should let you get you carried away. But that said, it's the time when you need to slowly fusing new players, young players into the and the last games you perhaps should see how your players would do. For example, I would expect today, if we do our watch along, United, Eric Ten Hag to bring in some of these players in range, at least give them 10 minutes for fans to see what they are all about before the season starts.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Gita. Yeah, guys. So, okay, now in other related transfer news, moving on so fast. Time is really against that. Moving on so fast. United, as per Fabrizio Romano, United are currently not planning to sell Mason Mount, despite reports. That's one of them. I don't know what you guys think about it. Let's make it 30 seconds. Should he be sold if a good offer comes in or not? Because he was paid. I don't know why they paid. It was it 67 last season. Million pounds. It was way too much.
Close to 70.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, but
I don't
I
think he
think
should. Sorry.
I think you've said it all. Yeah, we are not
I
considering.
think for me, they shouldn't consider selling him. Why? I know there was a bit of disappointment in what role he could play, but Manchester United going in next season cannot rely so much on Bruno Fernandes. He's really a good midfielder who assists, a good set player, who's going to pass those, difficult passes. I think he had most, I think only De Bruyne
Chances
came
created.
next to him. Chances created, I think it was only, De Bruyne. So for me, and he was one of your. I think he only rested 2 or 3 games last season for Manchester United. So seeing what the new players that have come in, I see because Mason Mount wants to play up front. He doesn't want to play the role that perhaps Eriksen was playing. He wants to be getting the ball, moving forward and making those passes. Yes. So I think some games where Bruno could rest, Mason Mount would really come in, because even last season you didn't really play him in the role. Sometimes you'd play him on the right wing. So I think you should give him yes, considering that you already paid a lot of money for him. For me, it would not be one of the signings you would make, but since you already have him on your books, you might as well use him. If you really want to get rid of players, there are so many players. You have Maguire, you have Lindelof, you have Wan-Bissaka, you have Casemiro, you've already lost Anthony Martial. I don't rate Anthony Dos Santos. So I think you could you could sell other players than and getting rid of Mason Mount.
Thank you, Gita. Again, moving on real quick. As far as per Fabrizio, Crystal Palace is preparing a new offer for Arsenal midfielder Emil Smith Rowe. Sorry, they did.
Smith
They had the first offer was turned down. Then we also have. I think we talked about it yesterday with Josh with Atletico putting Felix on sale. They are looking to replace right now. They are looking to replace Morata with Julian Alvarez from Man City. I think that's it for today. Fenerbahce have inquired about signing Burnley midfielder Sander Berge. He's a decent guy. I'm seeing Mason Greenwood playing, training in Marseille's kit. It's a good move. Then some of the news that did create a bit of controversy was yesterday was when France banned its female athletes from wearing the hijab while competing in the upcoming in the upcoming Olympics. The Olympics are coming up very soon. Lastly, guys,
I need to come in.
Okay.
Yeah, first on Smith Rowe. I think it's very unfortunate with the way Arsenal is treating. I understand because he has not really got enough game plan. I understand he was injury prone, and with the bringing in, I don't think Mikel Arteta really rates him despite using him. I don't think he rates him. He would rather go by Kai Havertz than use Smith Rowe.
Okay,
I would think he would let him go. But on the issue of France banning its own players, I find it very odd. The French
they
values
didn't ban players.
Liberty.
They banned the hijab. I think
I understand hijab. That's being technical. If you're going to ban someone for their beliefs, they're perhaps going to. If I'm the athlete, I would not compete. Why would I compete for my own country that does not value my personal choices? If we are going to allow players to wear, for example, the LGBT armbands, then for different beliefs, then allow players to have their own beliefs.
That topic is a bit sensitive. We shall come back another day.
Josh, allow freedom to happen.
Josh, real quick, tell me about Czech Fabregas being the new head coach of Como. I mean, what do you expect?
I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for him. I've followed Fabregas on his journey to acquire his badges when they made him assistant at Como. Now he's going to get the job proper. He has I
think that's why
interesting
they
ideas.
said he was the lead person who pushed and kept on pushing. Is it Pepe Reina?
Yes.
You remember he did sign with Como as well. He was the main mind behind everything. So yeah, please carry on, Josh. In a few minutes.
He's an interesting choice for them. He was the assistant. He knows the club. They've kept their faith in him, and I'm happy for him because he has really interesting ideas. The way you see the Xabi Alonso, if you look around, the best managers, where did they play? In the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Okay. Pep Guardiola in the middle of the park.
Yeah, the last one. Gita wanted to wind up in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I need to mention something about Cesc Fabregas, of course. Come on. He's a wonder kid. He broke so many records coming in as a 16-year-old midfielder. I felt it was very, very unfortunate that it's not the kind of team. When the time he joined the Arsenal team, he was really good. He should have won more trophies than I believe he got. I think he will make a good manager. I've seen him on different channels giving an analysis, and you can see that the Spaniard knows understands football or understands how the way the game is played. So I have a lot of belief that he will be a good coach.
Well, while we're about to end, I'll just say this. Fabrizio also did say United remain open to bring in one more centre back, even after signing Lenny Euro, with Delete and Braithwaite also on rather still high on the list, but it's only the amount that or the price tag these gentlemen have that is still playing or keeping United off. In fact, they are saying that's the reason as to why United went in for the Spanish Real Sociedad midfielder Martin, because PSG
Yes.
still playing hard to get and putting
But PSG
Ugarte up
wants
there.
16 million. They want
And
16
United are not
million,
ready
but
to
they're
pay.
not going to get. They're not ready to pay that kind of money for that.
I think PSG is just, in my opinion, they are just stalling. If they sign, because they are just stalling in case they don't sign. Was it Juan Neves? Was it
Yao Neves? Yao Neves.
I think that as soon as he comes through,
so
they might
I
let him
think they're
go.
just stalling.
They want to use the money from the sale of Ugarte to buy Joe Neves. So they
really
want to get as
PSG?
much money. Yes.
No.
Maybe
Yes.
it's because of the
exactly
FFP rules. Yeah,
But
FFP
exactly,
rules. But it's not a question of money when it comes to PSG.
No, they're trying to get. See, you have to be within the rules. So they're trying to get as much money from Man United to buy Joe Neves. Yet for me, For me, I believe that what if United is buying? United is facilitating PSG to buy Ugarte by paying 60 million, turn Joe Neves' head. Joe Neves' head, because they're paying 70 for him and pay 70 for him direct.
Anyway, guys.
I think for me, before we go wind up, I think for me it would be, it's not that the FFP rules, because they can still loan him out to United and still meet the FFP rules. I'm not so sure, but I strongly believe they are stalling. Because even if you give them the 60 million, they would still not be within. They have got Mbappe off their books. That's a huge step in meeting the FFP rules. So I just believe they are stalling. So once they get Neves, then of course the rules
At
would
least they have a
apply.
replacement.
Exactly, they would have to get some huge name off their books.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure having you guys. Always a pleasure. The subscribers, man, keep showing love, keep commenting. We're coming back later today at 6 p.m. We are going to be coming back with, I would say, even in 90 minutes from now. We could even try. I think we are going to come back a bit, 15 minutes to game time. The game between Rangers and Manchester United. We are going to give you lineups because I know it's not that they have those stars. Majority are still resting after the tournaments, Copa America, Euro 2024. But I heard, as per the news, what I read, Lenny Euro traveled with the team, or to link up and join with the team. So, yeah, I think we are going to be having a great match. Watch along. Guys, please, in a few minutes, in a few seconds, call everyone to come join us in the next 90 minutes. Rangers versus Manchester United.
Yes. For our viewers, please tune in. All the other fans, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, please tune in. I know these Manchester United fans have pushed us to watch this game, but Rangers is a very good top club. I would want to see how they play, but I'm looking forward to seeing Leno. So please tune in and watch along.
Yes, Josh.
It's an opportunity for you to be the first to have watched Lenny Euro wear the shirt 15 of Nemanja Vidic. And I only want to remind you that during this game against Rangers, look out for a kid called Toby Collier.
Yeah, I saw
he's quite the kid. He's quite the kid.
I think he's going to start because I've seen Ten Hag having a lot of touches with him in the training.
Guys, let's come back a few minutes earlier to the game. Let's predict. We shall give our predictions, talk about the lineup, the team selection, Cheers, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sports Jazz, Isaac, Guitar, Josh. You know how we do it, guys. See you very soon. We're coming back for
Cheers.
the watch along. Rangers versus Manchester United.
Subscribe, like, and comment.